I put it out of my mind.
Joining us now, hopefully he's forgotten it too. Executive editor of College Football Network, friend of the program, Cam Mellor. Cam, welcome back to the show. Hopefully you don't have Lynchburg on the mind when it comes to BYU football.
No, I don't, but I definitely have that Eugene game against Oregon because I can't not look at the whole picture for Bo Nix, and unfortunately some of those highlights are just spattered all throughout. I can't get away from them.
Yes, we've been discussing expectations.
Oh, that's not how I wanted Monday to start.
And Cam, whether they're too high or too low, obviously you're a member of the media, so you kind of take a unique approach to this, but what would qualify as high expectations for BYU in year one of the Big 12?
At this point, it's a winning record in conference play. I think you scrub away the first two games of the season, and you look at a winning record in conference play, which obviously puts them into a bowl game, like you guys were just talking about. But to me, 7 wins, 8 wins, that's pretty high. I do think 6.5 is right on hit the nail on the head.
Okay.
But there are some winnable games that I really think 6.5 is on the low end.
And this is because BYU lost its quarterback, running back, main receiver, left tackle, defensive coordinator, right? So there's unknown there. Of the known, how do you feel about the Keaton Slovis and Aiden Robbins and Jay Hills of the world that are the new guys at those spots?
Yeah, they've proven that they can be the players that we know them to be in new surroundings. I think that's the big thing to look at in the transfer portal. How well do these guys acclimate themselves, and how quickly do they do so in unfamiliar territories? And so, I think we'll get to it. Why Keaton Slovis moved up for me in the rankings, and it's all signs pointing to him picking up the playbook, understanding what he's doing. He's the new leader. So to me, like I mentioned to you guys as well, it always comes back to quarterback for me. And so with Keaton Slovis acclimating himself, becoming the leader of the team, he knows it. Everyone else knows it. He can run the offense pretty well. And if he gets back to the Keaton Slovis we all know he can be, or showed he was at USC a few years ago, the 6.5 is definitely on the low end.
Let's stay with the Slovis topic here. And you mentioned he moved up in your rankings of all 14 Big 12 quarterbacks. Now he's number 6. He was number 7. You alluded to it a little bit, but what's the ceiling, Cam, for Keaton? What could he become in the Big 12 quarterback rankings if he has a great season?
6-7 is probably his floor at this point, but there's 1 or 2 he could pass with a few really good games. He's got a lot of work to get to, I think, the top 2. We've seen Dylan Gabriel as one of the most electric college football quarterbacks in recent years. 12,000, 13,000 career passing yards. That's ridiculous for Gabriel. Quinn Ewers has the arm talent and the skill that we all know he has. Can he stay healthy for the full season? That's the big question to me. But 3-4, that's his ceiling where he can reach. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets back to there. And then we're ultimately talking about him as a guy who's going to be drafted high in the NFL draft. He has the talent. He has everything you want from a quarterback from the intangible perspective. Can he put together a full 12-game season, ultimately 13-game season, and really put forth his best effort on a consistent basis? That's all he has to prove this year.
Will Kansas be as good as Jalen Daniels will be? Because he's getting a lot of pub. He had great numbers, obviously, before he got hurt early in the season, and Kansas made this huge splash. He's got to be one of the top 3 in the league, probably, in your opinion?
Absolutely. At his best, he was up there. At the end of September, he was in the legitimate talk for Heisman Trophy. I mean, that's how good he was last year. Does he get back to that? I mean, he returned to the field and led them to their dramatic bowl game victory in overtime. So he still has that talent. He's an underrated passer, which I think everybody looked at him and wanted to slap the dual threat label on him. But he had some really accurate passes, some very good progressive read throws. Jalen Daniels is more than just a dual threat, a runner quarterback first. He throws the football really well, and honestly, that's where it is, right there at number 3, Jalen Daniels, and then you're talking about a wide open race right after him.
Cam Mellor is the executive editor of College Football Network. He's on BYU Sports Nation. He covered very closely Jaren Hall, Puka Nacua, Blake Freeland, who have all been drafted into the National Football League, and we'd love to get your thoughts on the fit for each of those 3, Cam, beginning with Jaren Hall to the Minnesota Vikings. I loved it. In fact, I was calling for it for more than a month. It happened. I just like him behind Kirk Cousins. How do you feel about Jaren Hall with the Minnesota Vikings?
I'm not saying this just because I'm here on my favorite program across the nation. I'm saying this because I published this. I think it's the best fit from all the quarterbacks.
Yes. Yes.
the spot he lands, let's face it, it's immaculate. He learns from Kirk Cousins, a consummate professional, a great guy to be behind. 1 year left. It's a massive contract if they want to re-sign him. All Jaren has to do is take what Kirk is showing him, learn the playbook. He gets a full year behind Kirk Cousins, one of the better quarterbacks, whether we all want to admit it or not, of the past decade in the NFL. At least consistently, we know what you're going to get from him.
Yeah.
And Jaren can put together, a great offseason package and ultimately become the next guy if he's ready to do so in 2024. I think it's shaping up if he does take that proverbial next step and adjust to the speed quickly. He can take over for the Vikings sooner than later.
How about Puka Nacua with the Rams and Blake Freeland with the Colts? What are your thoughts there?
Nacua had to go to a good spot. I knew a GM was going to fall in love with him. I didn't really expect it to be the Rams, but when you look at their roster, you realize how depleted they are at wide receiver. And so Nacua, slides into wide receiver 4 from the moment he was drafted at least. And this is a guy who I don't have to tell anybody listening right now or watching right now that he's an electric guy with a football in his hands. And so McVay finding a way to get him in the offense, I can see it happening. And honestly, I can see him being one of those late round steals that nobody really was calling for except for a few of us in the national media. Same with Blake Freeland. I think he goes to a situation with the Colts where he's not pressed into duty right away. We saw at the Senior Bowl, he needs some time to sink his hips, keep his pad level low, work on balance through strength and through contact. And I think at the Colts, he can get that done. They've been known to put together some impressive offensive linemen after year 1, year 2. And so I think he's got another great fit.
Cam, we're looking at the BYU roster in 2023, and we're starting to see Kingsley Suamataia, at least according to Todd McShay, show up at number 28 in the first round.
CBS Sports said top 10.
Top 10 at number 9 overall. What's the ceiling for Kingsley Suamataia? Is he a sure thing first-round pick in your mind?
Right now, it depends, right? So I guess let me ask the question: is he shifting to left tackle, or is he going to stay put on the outside?
Yep.
He's going to be left tackle.
So there you go. I think, we're looking at the projection for him. If Paris Johnson was able to do that, he moved from guard to left tackle at Ohio State. If Kingsley does that now and has a dominant year, which we've all seen capable of him, he's amazing on the move. So actually, I kind of liken him to Paris Johnson. He was terrific on the move. If he improves his pass sets, absolutely left tackles are always going to be the dominant need for a team that needs an offensive lineman. So yes, Kingsley could be, he has that ceiling that he can reach. There is a top 10 pick. I don't have any trouble saying that.
BYU's produced its last 2 starting quarterbacks as NFL draft picks, last 2 left tackles, last 2 primary wide receivers. Do you feel like, besides Kingsley, that Keaton Slovis could become an NFL draft pick next year, perhaps?
Absolutely. I think it's the 3 Ks up front. It's Kingsley, it's Cody Epps, and it's Keaton Slovis. And then those 3 are almost your locks at this point. Keaton has some work to do to atone for what he, the Pittsburgh year, I guess you could say, and make sure we're back to where he is, but he's got the talent to be drafted. And we know Cody is electric. And so I think just a full season of him, and we'll see him drafted high.
Wow. Okay, so Cody Epps, we feel like he's an NFL guy too, but you're calling him a lock. Cam, why is it that you're so high on Cody?
We're going to see him in a bigger use package this year, right? And I think we've seen the way that NFL GMs evaluate and then ultimately value wide receivers with the ball in their hands. It's getting higher and higher for these guys that are electric with the ball in their hands. I don't remember seeing one person say Puka was going to be a surefire draft pick, and I said it just was going to take one GM to fall in love with him, and there he is going early day 3. I think it's the same with Cody, where you're going to have a full package of seeing what he's able to do with the ball in his hands this year. 12 games of the top guy, it looks like, or will look like to me, and it's just going to take one guy. Honestly, it would not surprise me to see him go day 2, or at least at the latest early rounds of day 3.
Is there anybody else on your radar, Isaac Rex or otherwise?
So I have Rex and Robbins, both the offensive guys, and then there's probably a list after that. Isaac just needs to showcase he's healthy and can stay healthy as well. It seems to be ultimately the curse of the position, but he's a massive man with a massive catch radius, and if he's penciled into a tight end 2 role in the NFL, this is a guy who is the goal line threat, the red zone threat, the downs go type of guy. And so Rex to me, Robbins, massive man. He's probably not going to be the fastest guy or a full 3-down back in the NFL, but he's absolutely one of those guys in sort of a LeGarrette Blount role in the NFL that could carve a niche for himself.
Cam's great to talk with you. Before we go, how do we find more of your elite material?
collegefootballnetwork.com. It's all college football going forward for me. No more NFL coverage. So we're just focusing on all 133, soon to be 134 teams going forward, and shining light on all the little guys across the nation that need the love.
Next time we're going to ask you about Sam Houston. I'm dead serious. Yeah. The opener.
Let me know. I got Grant Gunnell content out the wazoo. Anybody that watched Arizona back in 2019 knows who I'm talking about.
All right. You got it. Cam, great.